Today we're going to be presenting to Mr. Martin, and he's the purchasing director for PHI, which is a company who employs a lot of air medical teams in San Diego.
Hello.
Hi,
Martin. I'm Dan Huss.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
My card?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
This card for you as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Well, thank you so much for coming back today. So early.
Well, I'm happy to be flexible. Is that your family over there?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's my son. He's 10 years old, and she's my daughter, who's 18 years old.
She's just turning 18?
Yeah.
Oh, she must be thinking about college pretty soon.
Well, I don't want to say that because she's my princess.
Yeah.
You have to understand. And she's almost ready thinking going to San Diego State.
San Diego State.
UCLA.
I graduated from San Diego State. Wonderful place. Wonderful school. If she's thinking about the marketing program, tell her to take Professor English's class. It's awesome.
I will let her know.
All right. So you might want to write that down. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm always amazed at what you guys do here at PHI, saving lives, being in dangerous situations. You and your team must be incredibly proud.
Well, thank you so much. But I will let out as well, my team as well, because you are appreciating about that kind of.
Yeah, as you may know, helicopter crashes are some of the most violent among any of the vehicle crashes.
I know.
It's amazing that there's no regulations for any kind of helicopter pilot helmets.
Well, I thought there was some kind of regulation.
Well, the military has proposed its own regulations, but none for the consumer sector have ever been proposed.
So I was wondering what kind of helmet they are selling over there.
Well, you know, that's exactly why I'm here, to kind of evaluate your current helmets. I'd like to show you how Gibson & Barnes helmets can make your team feel safer, more comfortable, and save you a lot of money. You have just 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Thank you. Well, first I need to ask you a few questions about your current situation.
Of course.
All right. I was wondering how many people you have currently employed here at PHI.
Well, let me think. Well, I have two groups. Each one has 5, and then 10, 15, around 20, 35 people.
So you're in charge of the safety and purchasing for 35 people?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, wonderful. And what kind of helmets are you currently using?
Well, right now we're using it's a company, it's a French company, which is called a CGA Gateway.
Okay.
And right now, I don't see the number of series of helmets.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm familiar with the company.
Okay.
Have you had any current problems with this helmet?
Well, I have a couple. Well, first, every single time I talk to my employees, they always told me they have problems with the heaviness of the
How so?
helmet. Well, I guess because they're having trouble with the neck and also with they're getting headaches.
Oh, headaches and neck problems.
Yes.
Can those ever lead to complications during flight?
Well, I guess because what happens as well is when they fly in the helicopter, they have to spend the night like 10 hours, 11 hours, and they usually they're right home with completely headache and neck problems all the time. So,
what if there was a problem in the air or a patient was going critical? Would those headaches or neck problems ever affect their performance?
yes, I guess, because as you think about it, like they have to spend so many hours on the flight, they're getting problems all the time with the neck, so they have to go to the hospital class, as well as also dangerous for their crews as well.
So would a lighter and more comfortable helicopter pilot help solve these problems?
Yeah, of course, and also my team will appreciate it.
Oh, great. Well, what other problems have you had?
Well, let me think. Oh, the service. The service, they're terrible service. I don't know because they're from France, they have 9 hours different. Maybe it's because they're 9 hours different ahead of the clock. The service, they never answer the phone. They never there over there. Also, we are flying sometimes with helmet with missing parts, which is taking forever to answer the phone call and send the pieces. It takes at least like 2-3 weeks usually.
So have any of your pilots or crews flown with these missing parts?
Well, I don't want to say that, but yeah, they do. Sometimes I have a couple of weeks ago, I have a lady who was flying the helicopter, and one of the earphones was broken, so she couldn't hear us, and we couldn't communicate with them. So it was a big issue, the communication. So, and another one, the other one was pretty dangerous because this guy was flying the helicopter with missing the flight line and the top of the helmet, and because it was so uncomfortable, he took off all the helmet.
So he flew without a helmet at all?
Yeah, well, yeah.
What could have happened had there been a crash?
I don't want to think about that.
Oh, yeah.
It was really not the best spot to go.
But I bet your team goes through a lot of training to avoid these kinds of problems. How much does it all cost?
Yeah, they do. Well, if you think about it, first we pay all the education. We also pay all the training. And if I have to give you a number, it will be around $50,000.
$50,000, that's a substantial amount of money. So it sounds like losing a pilot, not only would you be losing a friend, you'd be losing a $50,000 investment.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, life is most important, but the thing is, we have to use the money. No, I guess, yeah, money as well will be important, besides the life, of course.
So would having a helmet that better protects your team and your investments be of interest to you?
Yes, of course, and my team as well.
Well, can you think of any other problems that you have with some helmets?
No, I guess that's it.
Okay, well, these problems are pretty common. It sounds like you're having problems with the comfortableness of your helmets, your service package, and you're also having problems, and you're very concerned about protecting your assets, your team, and their investments. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, great. That is fine. I'm so excited to be here and show you what Gibson & Barnes have to offer. We want to make your team feel safer, more comfortable, and like I said earlier, save you a ton of money. Can I jump right into my presentation?
Please, go ahead.
Alrighty. Well, let me pull out our helmet for you. And this is the one I think you'd be most interested in.
Oh, wow, that's a nice one.
Yeah. The most important thing about this helmet that needs to be mentioned is the distinction between fixed-wing helmets and our helicopter pilot helmets. A fixed-wing helmet is designed solely for fixed-wing aircraft, like the helmet you have over there. Helicopter pilot helmets are designed just for helicopter pilots. There's a big difference in that area. And like I mentioned earlier, no regulations have been set down for the consumer sector as far as regulating these helmets. So what we've done at Gibson & Barnes is taken a lesson from the military. We take all of our helmets and put them through the same rigorous testing and standards that the military does. The military standards are actually the benchmark in safety helmet standards today. These standards translate directly into the safety of your team. So can you see the benefit of having regulations set down by the military?
Yes, I do. I can see that. The only thing is that when I bought this helmet, from friends, they didn't tell me anything about it. There was two different helmets.
Well, that's understandable because Gibson & Barnes is the only company that has a helicopter pilot helmet specifically designed for those types of pilots. Well, let me go into a little more detail about what these regulations mean as far as the helmet design. Okay?
Yes, please.
All right. The first thing I'd like to point out is these ear cups. You see how they stick out a little bit farther?
Yes, I do.
Well, these are the crumple zone ear cups, and they work just like a crumple zone on a car would. They absorb impact by reducing the energy absorbed into the head that would go into the earphone and ultimately crush the skull. These ear cups have stood up to rigorous testing time and time again and been shown to reduce that energy absorbed to the skull. So these will save the life of one of your crew one day. You see the benefit that these ear cups provide your team?
Yeah, and even though I can see mine doesn't have that feature. Wow.
It's great,
That's
huh?
surprising.
Well, another thing with these ear cups is the rotatable inner liners. That's this section right here. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Well, the way these work is that they adjust and fit around your pilot's earphones to increase communication. And like you mentioned earlier, even a few seconds can mean the life of one of your critical patients, so communication, I'm sure, is very valuable.
Yeah, sure.
The way these work is that they just adjust, fit around that earphone, reducing gaps, and cuts out all that helicopter noise that you would get. And so you have a quieter ride and be able to understand each other better.
That's pretty good. I've never thought about communication was such an important.
It is, yeah. Can you see the benefit, though, of having
Yes,
these?
I do. Also.
Wonderful.
And even though you have this kind of right on the face.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, why don't you try this on and hear how much noise it cuts out for yourself? And while you have it on, I'm going to talk to you about our next feature, the dual visor system.
Right here, right?
Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, just slip it right on. It's pretty nifty, huh? Does it cut out a lot? Go over here. Cuts out a lot of noise?
What?
Yeah, it cuts out a lot of noise, huh?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
it does.
It's amazing, huh? Yeah, it's pretty effective.
Wow, it is.
Well, why don't you put that back on?
Okay.
And I'll talk to you about our dual visor system.
Can you?
Yeah, just leave it a little
sorry.
bit. There you go. Okay. Well, our dual visor system is a system that's housed up in this area up here.
This one?
We have two visors. The first one's clear. Although both of our visors are 98% UV protection. In addition to the 98% UV protection, they're 99% scratch resistant, and they offer a large amount of impact resistance. That's both visors. So in the event of a crash, it'll protect you from debris, fires, and protect your eyes. The second visor is right up here. You just give this guy a little twist. And bring it down. And this is the sun shield visor. This visor comes down to protect you from the sun, obviously, in sunny San Diego. If the sun is out and possibly blind your pilot, you can put that one down and it'll protect their eyes and they'll be better able to function in the air. So just grab this guy right here, right there. Just give it a little twist and lift it up. There you go. And then, yep, just give it a pinch right there. Almost. There you go. Okay, you can take that off now. You see how having a you see how
hard to hear you.
you see how having a dual visor system will aid your team greatly?
Yes, I can see that.
That's great. Well, the next feature that I want to discuss with you is probably the most distinguishable feature of our helmets, and that's the material we use. It's a Gentex-made material called Graphlon. It's very lightweight. In addition to being lightweight, this is the strongest material on the market. In the case of a crash, a helicopter pilot can withstand 12 strikes to the head, and you need the strongest material possible in order to withstand all those strikes.
Of course.
In addition to saving one of your pilot's lives, this material's strength will mean less wear and tear throughout the years, so your helmets will last longer and be in better condition. Take a look at these statistics real fast. Oh, here it is. The military went through a series of tests to arrive at Graphlon. They went through many other different products, and they finally arrived at this material.
I think it's like this.
Can you see the benefit of having a material that's going to withstand 12 helicopter strikes in the case of an accident?
Wow. Well, my company told me there was only just 4.
Well, yeah, ours is 12. Okay. The next feature that I want to talk to you about that you mentioned is very important to you is custom paint feature. This feature is wonderful because our company will customize your helmets. We will take DuPont polyurethane Imron paint and take your logo or design a completely unique logo and add it to your helicopter pilot helmets.
Okay.
Let me pull something out for you again.
From DuPont, you said?
Yeah, it's DuPont paints. There you go.
So you can paint all the helmets you want.
Let's see. Okay. What this means to your team is that they'll be able to express their personalities in their individual helmets, plus all your air medical personnel will be easily recognized. We have such customers, such as the USAF Thunderbirds,
Wow.
the Blue Angels, and NASA.
Wow, they didn't
See their
have
design?
such a big account with you guys.
Do you see the benefit in being able to have your team express their personalities and being able to recognize them very easily?
Yeah, I can see it, even though my team will appreciate it as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay.
That would be nice.
Okay. Well, another great feature, it's another custom feature that we do, is our custom liner. Let me pull this out for you real fast.
I noticed when I put it on my head, it was really light.
Oh yes, our helmet only weighs 3 pounds.
3 pounds. My company 5.
Really? 5 pounds.
That's why.
That's great. Okay, well this is our custom liner.
Okay. Wow.
What we'll do is we'll come and we'll take out a mold and put it around your pilot's head. We'll also measure the circumference and length of their head, just like this model illustrates right here.
So you put it in your head and
What this means for your team is that comfort issue will not be a problem, because this custom fit liner will conform to every bump on their skull. So they will be more comfortable and have less headaches and soreness in their neck because of it. Can you see the benefit that these custom liners are going to provide by reducing that headaches?
Yeah, I do. And even though the touching is really strong, and also
Yeah, it's also it's very energy absorbing.
Wow, good thing. So this one is also for Blue Angel?
Yeah, that was actually, this one particular was designed from the head of one of the Blue Angels pilots.
Wow, interesting.
Okay, one of the last features that I want to talk to you about that you also mentioned was very important to you is our service package. If at any time your parts are broken or missing, we will repair or replace them absolutely at no cost to you, and because we're local, there will be virtually no shipping costs.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I'm going to put some of to you.
Okay, yeah, please write that down. I want you to take a look at this letter. This letter is from Richard, your friend at the Children's Hospital.
Hey, Richie.
Yeah, Richie. He wrote this for us after we placed 3 chin straps of his at no cost to him in the same day.
Completely free?
Completely free, 100%.
Wow, very surprised.
Can you see the benefit that our service package will offer you by saving you money, and your pilots will never have to fly with missing parts again?
Yes, I do. And even though because you are local here, so it will be
Free shipping, right?
Free shipping.
That's great, huh? Okay.
Good.
The last feature that I want to talk to you about is our 100% guarantee.
Okay.
Basically, if you are not happy with our helmets in any way, you have 6 months to return them unaltered for an entirely full refund. What this means is that you can make an entirely worry-free decision when purchasing with Gibson & Barnes, because if your team doesn't like them, you can just send them back, and like I said, it's no risk to you.
Well, that sounds pretty
Here's
good.
a copy of our guarantee for you to look over.
Thank you.
Okay? Just go ahead and look it over.
So you say like 100% if you are not happy in 6 months, I can return
You
it?
can return it absolutely for a full refund, and you can hang on to that.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Does that make you a little safer about purchasing our helmets?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, I kind of want to shift gears here. I want to talk to you about how Gibson Barnes is going to save you a buttload of money.
Cool.
All right, but I need to ask you a couple questions. Can I borrow that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. First, I'd like to know how much your current service package is costing you. How much does it cost to have your helmet serviced and repaired?
Okay, let me think. We send it to friends, as I said before. We send 5 helmets.
5 helmets.
Each one costs $75.
$75? Okay. So in a month, that would be $375?
Exactly.
Okay. Also, how much does it cost to have them recertified? As in, someone comes out and inspects them and goes over all the safety
Well,
points?
if I need to tell you the truth, that is really expensive. Well, because we bring the guy from France, we also pay the hotel at the trip. And usually we pay $150 for an hour
Really?
to him. So he stayed here at San Diego like 10 hours,
10
just
hours.
checking out all the helmets and everything. And usually we do that twice a year.
Twice a year? So it averages about $1,500 per trip, twice a year?
Yes, exactly.
So you're spending $3,000 a year to have your helmets recertified?
Yeah.
Okay, let me write that down. All right. Well, through some research, I've been able to find out that because we produce our helmets more efficiently than CAGF-LA, we can offer them to you for $300 less expensive than the current helmets you have. And that's the helmet that I've been showing you throughout the day. So if you were to outfit your entire team today, that's 35 members, that's going to save you $10,500 when you outfit your team. 35 times 300. Now check this out. Check this out. You were spending $75 for the 5 helmets you sent out. We agreed that was $375 a month.
We agree.
You're spending $4,500 a year on your shipping costs alone. So to have your helmets recertified, which was $3,000, and have them shipped out and repaired, that's $4,500. You're spending unnecessarily $7,500 a year. So check this out again. What we do is we will train one of your employees to recertify your helmets absolutely no cost to you, so you can wipe that $3,000 completely off the floor. That's going to be right back into your pocket. Also, because we're local, there is no shipping cost. We'll pick them up. That $4,500 is gone. So for this first year of purchase, we would save you $18,000 because of the $7,500 and the $10,500 you've been initially saving, and then $7,500 a year for every year after that. How does that sound?
We're a rip off.
Yeah, you're getting ripped off currently, huh?
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's great. Well, if you have no concerns, I'd be happy to get you started on an order form. Why don't you just go ahead and fill this guy out?
Well, I think I have a couple questions before we go to that.
Oh, okay.
We're going
All right, let's continue.
Well, I have a couple of concerns. Looking at your helmet and mine, it's not that ethical. They look a little ugly.
It looks kind of ugly?
A little ugly.
Okay. That's a pretty common thing. In fact, Richard, your friend from the Children's Hospital, felt the same way.
Oh.
But he found, just as you will, that with the custom paint feature, it adds an immense amount to the attractiveness. Also, he found that safety, not styling, was most important. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Safety is most important.
Well, is there anything else bothering you about our helmets?
Well, I don't like the way it looks like here. The thing that the sides come off. If you look at it, mine doesn't come off the temple. So.
You're worried that because the sides stick out, it'll reduce visibility?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, again, Richard's had the same concern. But this is exactly why you should buy our helmet.
Okay.
These sides stick out a little further because it adds temple protection. Like I mentioned before, you can have 12 strikes in any one helicopter crash. And most of the killing blows would be to the temple. These stick out for that temple protection.
Okay.
And in an independent study, these sides sticking out was actually shown to not reduce visibility for the pilots at all. Doesn't it make you feel great knowing that you have the helmet with the most added safety features?
Yes, of course. Besides, mine only hold that's only 5 impact.
Well, if you have no other concerns, I'd just like to get your autograph right here.
Well, I still have a question for you. I found in the internet the other day a company called Fox X5.
Fox X5.
Yeah, and it has exactly the same feature that you have. They have the stronger gear. They also have some impact and also the communication. And it has a feature which is a double and only one visor. What do you think about it? What is the difference between that? I believe it's a little cheaper. I found as well on the internet.
So you're worried that you found a cheaper helmet on the internet that only has that has almost virtually the same features?
Yes, right.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I found these also on the internet. What these helmets are just junk helmets. They basically take used pieces from the pieces that we discard and other companies discard, and create a helmet that looks almost exactly like ours. They refurbish it, and then they try and imitate our helmet with broken and used pieces.
That's why it's so cheap. Yes.
That's why they can offer it to you for so expensive. Only our helmets go through the initial certification, and also you'd be losing, of course, all the service package.
Well,
Have I answered your concern?
Yes, you do pretty good as well.
Okay. Well, if you're ready to purchase, I just need an autograph. You can fill out your shipping information.
Well, I still have another question.
Okay.
It's the biggest one I have. Well, as you can see, our company, we always buy our helmet every single 10 years.
Okay.
This helmet is only 4 years, so we have 6 years left. And you can see our helmet is brand new, so as you can see, I would not feel like to buy a new purchase right now.
So you're worried because you're not supposed to purchase helmets for another 6 years?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, if I can answer this concern for you, would you be ready to make a purchase with us today?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. Well, check this out. Remember, for every year that you do not spend purchasing with us, you're necessarily spending $7,500.
Okay.
If you wait 6 years before purchasing helmets, you're spending $7,500 times 6. You are going to unnecessarily spend $45,000 in all your shipping costs and recertification. If you bought with us today to outfit your entire team, like I mentioned earlier, helmets are $1,200. That would only equal $42,000. 42, and so you would still be saving $3,000 to purchase with us out of shipping costs. Plus, you'd still get the $7,500 savings every year after that. How does that sound?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
But I still have one more question. What about my pilots did not like the helmet?
You're worried that if they don't like the helmets, you'd be kind of stuck with them? Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, if I can answer this concern for you, would you be ready to purchase?
Yes, of course.
You'd be ready to purchase? Okay. Well, remember, with our helmets, you have that 100% guarantee. There it is. Thank you. You can take our helmets home for 6 months and try them out with this guarantee. And basically, what that means is you can try them out. If you're not happy, send them back and you get that full refund. Remember, this made you a lot more comfortable to purchase with us. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, but I'm still thinking about it because it's so much money I have to spend, and still what I paid for my helmet is still pretty new. So I still doubt it if I should buy it or not.
Okay.
Still.
I understand it's a very large purchase. You might need some time to think about it. What has helped customers in the past, especially Richard and I did this, is if we make a list of benefits and the things you don't like about our helmets. Let me just sort of draw a line down the middle of this paper.
Can I keep the...
Yeah, that's all yours. Okay. All right, let's start off by naming some advantages.
Okay.
What have you seen about our helmet that you like today?
Well, let me see. I really like the ear cup.
The ear cup,
I like, of course, the communication.
The added communication from the ear cup liner.
I really like as well the double glasses that you have.
Oh, the dual visor system.
Dual visor. I also like the material, which is stronger than mine.
Yes, the Graflon.
What else do you think?
Do you like the fact that we can save you $7,500 a year?
Of course, more money.
The savings because of the service package. Do you like our guarantee?
I love the guarantee.
Okay. Let's see, have we missed anything? Oh, the custom fit liner, the custom paint, were those important to you?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay, let me write this down.
Oh, and forgot, and service.
Oh, yep, the service. Right. And custom paint service. Okay. Let me hand this off to you, and you can just write down any disadvantages in this column that you find.
Please. Well, I guess I cannot find anything.
Well, great.
Like you guys do.
That is great. Okay, well, I just need your shipping information. You can just fill it out right here, and then just sign right here at the bottom. Let me give you a little S. Shipping information and sign right here. Well, you are making a wonderful decision purchasing with Gibson & Barnes today. Your team is going to love the custom paint features. you're going to feel happy, they're going to feel safer, more comfortable, and of course you're going to love the savings that you get from this. Cool. Great. Well, before we talk about custom paint and logo options, you mentioned before that there are other facilities located here in San Diego.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Could you just give them a call and tell them what kind of product I showed you today and the money that they could possibly be saving?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Let me get the number.
All right.